Hello everyone, I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring. In this video, I'm going to assess one of my students' letter and provides the feedback on each assessment criteria plus the overall score of this letter. Let's start the assessment now. So the student has written on the date on the top, which is good. And then you have written on the addressee's details here. So the addressee is a physiotherapist. Okay, good. You have written on the addressee's details without any spelling mistake. I'm happy with that. And then you have written on the salutation of the addressee, that is dear Miss Pasquale. All right, so that's good. And then reference details of the patient, which is good. So you are able to give a blank line between them, which makes your letter neat and clean. Okay, I'm very happy with that. But you don't need to leave, two lines in between. So one line is okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Mr. Shein requires. Okay, did you spell the words correctly? Okay, I think that's all right. Mr. Shein requires your professional support who was admitted back to the hospital due to a swollen knee and impaired mobility issue after recent surgery. Okay, he's being discharged today. All right, let's say the placement of who was admitted is not good. This is wrong.
Okay.
So what you could have done is you could have mentioned Mr. Shen, comma, who was admitted to the hospital due to a swollen knee and impaired mobility issue after recent surgery requires your professional support. Okay, so
Okay.
you could have, you could have shuffled the order. All right.
Okay.
So as I already mentioned, okay, let's say, so Mr. Shin, who was admitted, is that back? Why did you mention? Was he already admitted to the same hospital previously?
Oh yeah. I think he had total knee replacement at the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning.
Then
Okay.
yeah, after the
Oh,
surgery he had problem.
oh, okay. All right. Okay. Back to the hospital due to swollen knee. Okay. And impaired mobility issue after recent surgery. After his recent surgery. It's not after recent surgery. But
Okay.
apart from that, after his recent surgery. Okay. That would be much better. And
Okay.
as I mentioned, you should have you have to rewrite the
Yes.
phrase. Okay. So you can say Mr. Shane, who was admitted back to the hospital
Mhm.
due to a swollen knee and impaired mobility issue, I believe. Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
impaired mobility issue. And sorry, you don't need to even say issue, but impaired mobility itself is an issue, isn't it? You don't need to use impaired mobility issue. All right.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, mobility after his recent surgery. Okay, so
Okay.
requires your professional support. Right, right, like this.
Okay.
It's very simple. Okay, once you write down the complex sentence, the way to find out whether it is correct grammatically or not is very simple. I'll tell you how it is. All right, look
Okay.
at this one, the comma. The
Yeah.
phrase within two commas. If you remove that, okay, just remove the whole phrase and then read the sentence. Read it. Mr. Shin requires your professional support. Is it a complete sentence? Yes. Then this is the correct answer. This is the correct sentence. Okay.
Okay.
So who was admitted? Because you are just defining this person. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Between two commas. So if the definition has been given between two commas, it is a complex sentence structure.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so this is the correct way of writing down the complex structure. Okay, and it's very simple. You're defining this is the problem with the patient, and then he requires your professional support. Okay, that's it, simple. All right, it's
Okay.
really simple. Okay, he's being discharged today. You could have mentioned it maybe in the first sentence itself, but that's all right because this is a complex sentence already, so you don't need to write down too many complex things in one sentence itself. So I'm happy with that. On admission, Mr. Shin's Right knee appeared swollen as a result of fluid built up. Now, fluid buildup. It's not fluid buildup. Oh, fluid buildup. Yeah, okay, you're right. After a total knee replacement surgery. Okay. See, replacement, all right, and then surgery are the same thing. So it's not needed to write down, the same phrases twice. Do you understand? Replacement itself is a surgery, all right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we don't need to mention after a
Mm.
total knee replacement surgery, all right?
Okay.
So what you could have done is replacement surgery. So you could have remove surgery, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't add any value to what you have written down, okay?
Okay.
Which he underwent on 27/12/2017. Okay, what is today's date? Okay, it's 18, so that's fine. If it is far away, then if you can't, change the date into, the time reference, and if the event occurred in a different year, then you can write down, using this format. I'm happy with that. But there is a better way of writing down this one. Okay, you can say 27 December 2017, or you can say 27 December last year. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, you
Okay.
could have done that. Okay, that's a recommendation actually. 27/12, 27 slash 12 2017. So you can say 27 December 2017. Okay,
Okay.
but that's a recommendation only, it's not a grammar mistake. Okay, he has been experiencing difficulties in completing his personal care needs and was struggling to walk around. Okay, is that was struggling or is it an ongoing issue?
Yeah. Yes.
It's an ongoing issue, right?
Yes.
So don't use was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
This is wrong. And is struggling. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is wrong. Okay. Was struggling is wrong. You need to be a bit careful about the way you use the verbs and nouns. Okay.
Okay.
They need to be in line with the tenses. So whatever the tenses you would like to convey, you need to use the similar verbs. Okay. During Mrs. Shin's stay in the hospital, the swelling has been treated with ice packs and painkillers. Okay, painkiller is one word only. Painkiller, painkillers. I think that's one word only. I believe that's one word only. Yeah, I think that's one word only. Painkillers, right? But pain relief is different. But painkillers are one word only. In addition, his wound. Okay, look at this one. Whenever you start with the in addition, usually it needs to start in a new sentence. So you should have put a full stop here.
Okay.
All right. So this is an incomplete sentence. So
Okay.
so you should have put a full stop here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then instead of writing down, in addition with the small I, you should have started it with the capital I.
Okay.
All right. And there should be a comma. And you have already placed the comma. I'm happy with that. But it is the use of small and capital letters. All right. Let's go through the next one. In addition, his wound had healed well. Okay. So was it already finished?
Yes.
Okay, good. His mobility and personal care needs were supervised while in care. While in care, okay. All right. He was able to walk using a front wheel walker. Is it wheel walker or wheelie walker?
It it's showing like wheel walker in the case note.
Okay, that's all right then. That's okay. He was able to walk using a wheelie walker for less than 100 centimeter, 100 meters. No, no, no. This is again the placement of phrases are is incorrect. Okay, you should have put this one here and then using a front wheel walker later. I mean, they need to be exchanged. Do you know what I mean? So he was
Okay.
able to walk for less than 100 meters using a front wheel walker. Okay, do you
Okay.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the correct way. I mean, that can tell the information more clearly. Okay. So
Okay.
what you could have done is, okay, let me write this one down. Using a front wheel walker. Okay. And again, there is an issue using a front wheel walker. All right. Less than 100 meters, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. You should say for less than or for about You can also use for about or for approximately or for less than. It's okay, any words are good, but try to avoid the repetition of the words from the case notes. It's not good. Okay, if they have already used less than 100 meters, it's better to say for approximately or for about. Okay, something like
Okay.
that. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. 100 meters using a front wheel walker. All right.
Mm.
So whenever there is a process, just mention the process first and then tell the equipment with which they did that action. Okay, that is the best way of writing down the information in the correct order. All right.
Okay.
If you misplace them, it doesn't convey the information effectively. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
All
Okay.
right,
Got
good.
you.
Okay, so he was able to walk using a front wheel walker less than, okay, 100 meters, and then comma he. I don't know why you haven't used and in between. Let me go through the next page.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the next page? Okay, that's not the one. That's not the one as well. I think that's the one. Okay, and he required. Okay, so you should have mentioned and he required, but you didn't say that. Okay, so what you have told is comma he, and it should have been started with the and then he. Okay,
Okay.
and he required support to dress his lower body. Okay, that's all right. After Mr. Chein's discharge, okay, apostrophe is missing here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is important as far as the punctuation marks are concerned. You need to be really careful. Okay, you can't commit these kinds of mistakes, silly mistakes. Okay, sometimes they may prevent you from achieving 300 or 350. I recommend my students to achieve higher. Okay, all right. So it's Shane's, isn't it? Shane discharge. Oh, so you should have mentioned. Sorry, I think that's yes. All good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Shane's discharge. Okay, sorry. Shane's right knee. Oh, not this one. The next page. Mr. Shane's discharge. Okay, yep. So is that the correct spelling? Yeah, that's all right. I think. Yep. Shane's discharge. Okay, sorry. Mr. Shane's. So there should be an apostrophe
Okay.
and then you should place a comma. Okay, that's how you need to go ahead with. All right, let me go through the next one. I'll close this one because that's done already. Okay, his family will be supporting him to attend to his personal needs. Okay, you could have mentioned will be supporting him to meet his personal care needs. Okay,
Yes.
you don't need
Okay.
to say to attend to his personal needs.
Mm-hmm.
Support him in his personal care needs. That would have been much better. Okay, him to attend to his personal care. Instead of that, you should have mentioned support him
Mm-hmm.
um, for his personal personal care needs. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. The family will be providing healthy meals. Okay, see, you have already used a comma here, and then you have written down one sentence here. I mean, one group of words. Okay, this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You should have used and, or you should have written down this in a separate sentence.
Okay.
As well as the family will be providing healthy meals. Okay,
Yeah.
otherwise and. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so you should have mentioned something else. Okay, the family, or you should have started maybe a new sentence as well. You could have mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
um, let's say the family will be, instead of that you should have mentioned as well as, or you can say apart from that, comma, the family will be. Okay, so it's up to you. You can either write it down in a separate sentence or you can add it here itself. As well as the family will be providing healthy meals. Okay, kindly
Okay.
provide acute and comprehensive rehabilitation for Mr. Shin's right knee. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Yours sincerely, the registered nurse. All right, all good. Yeah, so there are no other mistakes. All right, let me go through the assessment first. Okay, so as far as the first thing is concerned, some sentences are incomplete and incorrect. Okay, that's not good. They are grammatically incomplete and incorrect. All right.
Okay.
Use of articles, prepositions, punctuation marks, nouns and verbs could have been much better.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of the mistakes you have committed were the major ones. Okay, some of them are the recommendations, but most of them are not. Okay, so if you have problems, you need to ensure that you know, instead of writing down the complex sentence or the longer sentence, you can split it into two different sentences. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Spelling mistakes could have been avoided because painkillers is one word only. If you write it down using two words, then it comes under spelling mistake. Okay.
Mhm.
Placement of words is not that good. We could have improved them. And what else? Okay. Use of connectivity is much better. I'm happy with that. All right. Overall task fulfillment is also good. I strongly recommend my students to write down the number of words in the bottom so that it'll be much easier for me to assess whether it is within the the word limit or not. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can count it, and then for the next time you can write it down. And
Yeah.
passive voice could have been used more frequently and appropriately. All right, you could have used them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All abbreviations were expanded. I'm happy with that. Well done. You have done a wonderful job. And then use of small and capital letters was good. Okay, so that's good as well. Let me see if you have included the case notes. Okay, the relevant case notes. Layout and presentation features are fine. I need to see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not.
Okay.
All right, let's go to that. Okay, so you're writing a letter to a physiotherapist. Okay, who is a physiotherapist? Okay, all right, good. Okay, let's go through that. Okay, admission details, past, post right total knee surgery. Okay, impaired mobility, self-care activities, post-operative anemia. Anemia is not needed, but you didn't include this, right? Didn't you?
I No, I think I didn't.
You didn't. Okay, yeah, that's not relevant, isn't it?
No, because this is
Yeah,
for the
this is for the
physiotherapist.
physiotherapist. Yeah, that's right. This one is all right. This one is okay. Right knee, moderately swelling fluid. That's okay. Medical progress, moderate anemia. That's not needed. Discomfort of skin on his back. Isn't it relevant? This one,
Oh,
moderate swelling. I think yeah. This one, no, I think this one may not be. Skin doesn't come. I mean, if there are any issues, no, it's not. It's not the one. No, that's wrong. Moderate swelling knee ice pack treatment. That's done. Incision well healed. Okay, clean dry. That's good. And then these are the medication. Okay, you don't need to mention that. Discontinued just prior to discharge. That's not needed. Nursing management, supervised level, supervised level for mobility, modified independent level, fixed transfers for transfers. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so did you include this one?
yes.
Yeah, okay, good. And then can ambulate less than 100 meters. Yep. Okay, limited range of motion of knee. Okay, I think you have included that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Patient at supervised level for grooming. Yep, so minimal assistance level for lower body dressing. Supervised level. I think you have already mentioned this one. Okay, eager to go home, prescription, painkillers, thyroid support. That's not needed. That's not
I
needed.
think it seems like here prescription painkillers.
Yep.
That's the reason I wrote on the letter.
The painkillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, that is all right. Yeah. Assessment, medically stable, discharge plan, patient discharged home. Okay, that's all right. Co-family assistance, regular diet as tolerated. That's not needed. Needs acute comprehensive rehabilitation. That is needed. Patient has friend field worker. That's all right. Okay, using the information given. Yeah, I think that's all right. So you have included, yeah, all the key case notes. So I'm happy with that. So you have included all the relevant case notes. Well done. Vocabulary is fine too. I'm happy with that. All right, let me give you the expected score for this letter. To me, let me go through the mistakes, frequency of mistakes. Okay, some of these mistakes are just the recommendation, but most of these mistakes are the major ones. According to me, this one could get maybe 280 out of 500. All right. Unfortunately, most of the sentences are incomplete.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. For example, the family will be, wherever you have used a couple of commas and things like that, they're not good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then even the introduction paragraph is not good because it's not correctly placed. So I wouldn't give you even 300 for this letter. But there's a
Okay.
great improvement in terms of grammar and so on, because you used to commit more than 20 mistakes. This one is really close to C plus. That's what I
Okay.
can tell you. If you
Yeah.
can rectify at least a few mistakes, I think this one definitely would be able to get 300 plus. Okay.
Okay.
If you remove all these mistakes, then this one should be able to get at least 350.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you so much, Anu.